Hi guys, welcome back to In Case of Econ Struggles. Today I'm going to keep talking about elasticity, but now we're talking about how we can use elasticity to figure out how much of a tax the buyer and the seller is going to pay. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We've talked about taxes before on this channel in a previous video. Again, I can link that in the description below if that would be helpful. But when we talk about quantity taxes, what we've shown is that no matter which side of the market you put the tax on, the quantity of the tax, as well as the price the buyer pays and the price the seller receives, is the same. And so that's just a quick review. But now let's talk about elasticity and tax incidence. And remember, by tax incidence, all we mean is what share of the tax each side of the market is going to pay. Now, we've said before that the side that's least willing to walk away, the side with the lower elasticity, is going to wind up paying more of the tax. So what I want to do in this video is show that both sort of with an example and generally, or sort of more formally, using linear supply and linear demand curve. If I have such a linear supply and linear demand curve, like C plus dP for quantity supply and A minus BP for quantity demanded, remember the way we've learned elasticity is it's just the slope, or D or P, times P over Q, and so that's what we're going to use in this video. So jumping right into our example, let's suppose that we've got quantity supply is 4 plus P, quantity demanded is 28 minus 2P. So again, using our definition of elasticity, elasticity of supply is just 1 P over Q, and elasticity of demand, or the absolute value of elasticity of demand, is just 2 times P over Q, which means that supply is less elastic, so we would expect them to pay more of the tax. And let's just prove that using a $3 tax. First, I can find equilibrium price and quantity by setting quantity supply equal to quantity demand. When I do that, I'm going to get P star equals 8 and Q star equals 12. And at this equilibrium price and quantity, again, the elasticity of supply is going to be 2/3. The elasticity of demand is going to be 4/3. Again, we're expecting the supply side to pay more of the tax because they're less elastic. So if we've got a $3 tax, what I'm going to claim to you is that the sellers are going to pay 2/3 of the tax and the buyers are going to pay 1/3 of the tax. So the price the sellers receive is going to go from 8 to 6, and the price the buyers pay is going to go from 8 to 9. Let's just show that with some math. The way I can do that math is I know that the tax is the difference between the price the buyers pay and the price the sellers receive, which means that the price the buyers pay is price sellers plus tax, or PS plus 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set quantity supply equal to quantity demand, but now instead of price the buyers pay, I'm going to substitute that with price the sellers receive plus the tax of 3. And I'm going to go through the algebra. I'm going to get that PS is 6, which is exactly what I claimed over here. And I know that the price the buyers pay is the price the sellers receive plus the tax. So this is 6 plus 3, or 9. And my claim to you is the way this formula works is the way you can figure out how much the buyers are going to pay is you can take the elasticity of the sellers over the sum of elasticity of supply plus elasticity of demand, and you're going to get 1/3, or 2/3 over 2/3 plus 4/3 times the amount of the tax, which is 3. And so the buyers are going to pay 1. You can do the opposite for the supply. So if you want to figure out how much of the tax the sellers are going to pay, you're focused on the elasticity of demand. So again, that's the absolute value of elasticity demand over the sum of the two elasticities, which when you do that, you get 2/3 times the amount of the tax, which is 3. And so the sellers pay 2. When you're thinking how much of the tax does one side of the market pay, you're using the elasticity of the other side to figure it out because it's all relative. It's how elastic is the other side relative to you. The way we can show that formally is we're going to take our generic supply and demand curve. So again, this is A plus BP for supply, C minus DP for demand. Elasticity of supply is B times P over Q. The absolute value of elasticity of demand is D times P over Q. We're going to sort of go through the same sort of exercise where first what I can do is I can figure out the equilibrium price. So I'm going to set A plus BP equal to C minus DP. I'm going to get P star is C minus A over B plus D. When I do the second step where I plug in PS plus the tax in for price of the buyer, I'm going to go ahead and again do some algebra and get PS equals this sort of wild looking fraction here. And then what I'm going to do in order to show the amount of the tax that they pay above the equilibrium price is I'm going to sub in C minus A over B plus D. And for this part of the fraction right here, that's going to be PS. And so then what I'm going to get left over is D times T over B plus D, which means that the amount of the tax that the seller is paying is basically PS minus P star. And that's going to be D over B plus D times tau. Now, how do I get D over B plus D into elasticities? Well, I multiply the top and the bottom by P over Q. So then it looks like this. Well, now I know that D times P over Q is just the absolute value of elasticity of demand. B times P over Q is the elasticity of supply. And so now I've derived this formula for the amount of the tax that the sellers are going to pay. And I could basically say 1 minus this is going to be the part of the tax that the buyers pay. which is going to turn out to be elasticity of supply over elasticity of supply plus the absolute value of the elasticity of demand. So again, we've just shown both generally and with an example that how much of the tax does each side of the market pay under a quantity tax? Well, it depends on the elasticity of the other side as well as your own elasticity. So if you've got questions about this, please feel free to put that in the comment section below. Also, let me know if this video is helping you out. And again, if this video or these videos in general are helping you, please like and subscribe. See you next time for another case of Econ Struggles.